better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steves in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Hockey Night in Minnesota, streaming proudly. Sponsored by City and County Credit Union.
There's no better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
We'd like to think that, the difference maker is just the, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families.
At Tradition, we're a high-touch, high-tech bank. And what I mean by that is we have one-on-one relationships with all of our clients. When you walk in, we know you by name. Yet, when it's Saturday night and you're working on things, you can do online banking, mobile banking, and have access to all of the technology that all the big banks have to offer. So you get the best of both worlds, high-touch, high-tech.
Our niche and what we do, we start with the comprehensive planning. We're usually the quarterback of all the relationships because we're sitting down and we get to the nitty-gritty details of everything that's going on in each individual family. We look at all the insurance, the investments. We analyze them, help build a plan, help build cash flows, help talk about Social Security, any other aspects that come with people's life.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding the skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
At the end of the day, it's about people. I come to work with this group, and I know they got my back, and they know I got theirs, and we have a, I heard from our top guy, Tip Ennebeck, way back, if you treat people with respect, you do what you say you're going to do. I just feel like it's all about people, and not only for internally with the people that I work with, but our clients, and that's the way I look at it. Every situation I'm in, I'm like, what would I do if I was in your shoes? When we started in 1998, Tip sat us down and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 5% of our profits and we're going to give them back to the communities and the charities that we support. And over the years it's sunk in. And he said to me multiple times in our companies, the more I give, the better off I do. And it's hard to get your head around that when you're young, but as you kind of go through a career and you see clients and you see companies and you see difficult situations and you work through all this stuff, and you really kind of understand as an adult or an experienced person in the workforce, really what it does matter, what it is all about. And I think we far exceed 5% now. I'll tell you what, it sure feels good. We're doing a lot of good out there.
It's an exciting day no matter what. There's a lot of things that are mundane, but you always have the exciting points of the day where we're developing in a new area, we're expanding in a new area, or we're finally seeing like Spirit of Brenton Farms be fully developed, from day one. Over 10 years ago.
There's no better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. It's Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. The Hornets and the Hill Murray Pioneers in the back end of a home-and-home series, along with Mike Greenlay. I'm Pete Wagner. Mike, a great game on the schedule. It always is. These two teams have enjoyed going back-to-back. Well, I don't know if they both have as much as Hill Murray over the past few years when they started this series, but it usually makes for very good playoff-style hockey in this building.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get to answer, and that's one thing that, in a lot of the scheduling, you play someone and away you go, and you don't see them maybe for a little while. But with this back-to-back home-and-home scenario, you get to have another crack at it. So, and it's also pretty meaningful in a game like this because, I mean, both these teams are fighting and could fight later on. For more meaningful games. So this is an important one, in particular for Edina, who's kind of struggled a little bit as of late. You want to answer back. I think this would be big for Edina in a couple different ways. Obviously, to get them off that 3-game losing skid that they're on, but also from a mental perspective to kind of show that they can compete with a team like Hill Murray because they have that. They have that type of aptitude. We'll see if they can bring it out in this game.
You get right back on the horse after that loss. The Hornets are 4-6 in their last 10. Mike mentioned that 3-game skid, including the overtime loss to the Hill Murray Pioneers yesterday by a score of 4-3. Anthony Madigan had the game-winning goal at 2:36 in overtime. It was a Leo Gruba goal with 28 seconds left on the power play for the Pioneers that ended up tying the game at 3. The Hornets had a victory in their clutches, pulled from them. But, Mike, Hill Murray has been impressive. They're ranked number 5 on our MNHockey.tv rankings at 16, 3-1, 8-0 in the Metro West. But more importantly, they started the season 1-2. How impressive is that? As they've gone 15-1-1 since, and they continue to play a disciplined brand. Bill Eckner's teams never leave anything on the table. Yeah, he doesn't let them celebrate too much either. There was a lot of talk after last night's game from Bill himself saying, hey guys, you're fortunate to win this one. They had to tie it up in the third period and win it in overtime, so it wasn't exactly a runaway game for anybody. And so I think he tries to keep them in check, and that's why they're able to run off some of the numbers that you mentioned. They're unbeaten in their last 10, and so here's a team that finds a way to win. And if they're not winning, they're certainly not losing a lot either. So they've got a tie in there, and they just know how to rattle wins off one after the other. On this series now, the home-and-home series, which started in the 2018-19 season, the Pioneers are 6-1 in those 7 games, including 5 in a row on the wins, outscoring the Hornets 19-5. But you know what? It comes down to short-term memories and really erasing things. And I like what you said at the start is, the great part is you have an opportunity to respond. Yeah, no question. I mean, we're talking about a team here, Edina, who won 6 in a row to start the season. And from about mid-December on, they are 500. You can't be a 500 team and be a top team. So they got to find a way to end this little skid that they're on and maybe rattle off the remaining games, which are few in this season. You have a pair of coaches in Bill Eckner and Kurt Giles that have combined for 47 years coaching and almost 1,000 wins between the two. Lots of knowledge between the benches. We'll pause now for your national anthem. The Edina Chamber Choir handles your national anthem each and every night. Pat Mylan, by the way, will be retiring soon. Good to see Dave Terwilliger here in the box joining us. And Pat Mylan has been a legend here for years at Edina games in Braemar, and he's shutting it down so he can spend some more time in Hilton Head or wherever the heck he goes. So there you go. I've been looking forward to this one, as I said earlier, once the schedule was made here for this upcoming high school season. And, you know, Mike, it is it was great. I saw the lights go down. Our producer's eyes bugged out because that means trouble for the cameras. But I think we're good.
It should be a good one.
The Hornets will start their line that they love to check with, led by Caden Fritz. On the left side of him, he has Prescott Sexton. And over on the right wing, they now have added Jackson Nevers to this group. There have been a couple of rotating players on this line. This is a line that's very committed to Kurt Giles' brand. Fritz got together with Nate Hardy a little bit there, like it old school.
You got to love it when they haven't even dropped the puck yet and they're chopping each other. So this should be a spirited game here.
Absolutely. Over to the near side from the Edina corner, that's Fritz to play along for Sexton. Hardy was there to break that one up. Now Sexton from center plays that one in. That's going to be nice. We'll bring it all the way back. And the Hornets are going to opt to put some new forwards out.
Well, I would say that quite often when you're rattling off wins, the only reason coaches will shift players around is if there's a potential injury here or there, or to, not very often to change the chemistry because you want to keep that rolling. On the other side, if your team hasn't been winning, you're going to inject players in different lines and see if you can get a little spark going to maybe light a fire under a few guys, and especially if you're one of the guys that gets relatively demoted, I guess if you'd call it that, playing on a different line or less ice time. That's the way to send a message because players want to play.
Yeah, you get into the what does this mean category.
Yeah.
Sent in by Fetchko back in behind. A.J. Dahl, Fetchko, and Jimmy Clark. They go in against Bonnet and his line as they play this back in behind. Dahl makes the read, walks off the side of the net. That'll be knocked away from him. We'll get your starting goaltender situated here in a moment. As it's to Worst at the left line as he plays that down the wall. Clark in a stick battle there, played to center by Bonnet, picked up now by Eddie Revnig. He goes long ahead. That'll be deflected in off the stick of Clark. Here comes Fetchko with pressure on Gruba. Now to the right wing, out of the zone come the Pioneers. That's on the tape of Kaufman. He's stopped on the play. And now Vandervoort, who can fly up the right wing, but with stride for stride. Gianni Hurley was there to break that one up. Now it's Dexheimer for the Hornets. His wrister in on goal, and that's stopped by their goaltender, Jack Erickson, the junior, at 9-0-1 on the season with a 1.52, a 918 save percentage, and 2 shutouts to his credit. He's been stalwart taking over for this team.
Stepped in there very nicely. Not always easy to do in midstream, and that's how you take over the net, by the way.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's only one crease, right?
Yeah.
If you want it, take it. Now it's going to be Whitliff from center. Plays that one rink wide, too far for Willie Johnson. Back into the Pioneer zone. There's Gruba. He's stopped on the play, but Begley comes in to help out. Now from the left wing side, Hardy. Swatted at there by the Hornets' Vandervoort. That's picked up on the stick by Edina's John Halverson. Dexheimer lost the handle. Look out. Here they come with a look. In on goal to the backhand. Oh, pad save. That was a nice bid there from Dylan Godbout, not the guy you want bearing down on you, the team's leading point getter. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, just a crucial error by the defender. Tried to get the puck. Mishandled it and on a forecheck at the blue line, and a tough scenario. A goaltender bailed him out on that one.
Stopped there by Klarkowski, picked up by Morgan. Too far. Reaching for that was Flaherty, and that's offside at the line. 14:27 to go here in the first period.
Right before that error, I was going to say Edina looked very systematic in their play in the early going here. The little, quick little chip-ins, quick little redirects to get the puck into the offensive zone over the red line with some speed, just some very systematic play, rotating the puck around D to D, moving it up, just simple, smart play, physical, and then coughing the puck up in a bad situation. So, hey, even systematic play sometimes leads to an error, and that's where you got to be careful about.
Nice chance off the end wall by Flaherty. He battled. Now it's going to be picked up by Mulman for the Edina Hornets as he plays that to the left wing for Spindler. He's checked on the play. Now Whistler is there on the outlet. The Pioneers to center. Mulman comes away with it. His clearing attempt goes back in wide of the mark. Erickson sets up back in behind the net. Now it's Matthew Whistler off the left post. Ooh, got enough of that to get that over to the left wing side. Nice feed through the legs goes Samper. Now to the corner he goes. He had that from Madigan. Now checked off the end boards. That's Bonin that's in deep. Wide of the mark it goes. Here comes Clark with it. He had Fetchko up the ice. Clark instead will take it with the feet. Here comes Clark wide. He's angled wide there by Logan Hensler and turned over to the left wing side. The Pioneers now back up through center. Tried to work an inside-out move. That was man stopped by Worst. Same thing the other way. Some point, Mike, these guys will figure out these D-men at this level are pretty good.
Tough to beat guys one-on-one.
Isn't it?
You have to have a very good move to beat a guy one-on-one these days. It's just it's trained into them, right from the start. So, that's where you're, chip and chase. Use the guys with you. That's why you want to come up the ice with a group. Occasionally, you're going to run into a situation where you have no other option. You might want to give it a try, but you're right. There's a lot of good sticks, good body positions.
Hey, we face off back in the Pioneer zone. Now there's Worst with a wrister. It might have been on goal as Erickson reached out with the blocker pad. Ahead they go. Ooh, almost a hospital pass there. Now it's going to be handled by Ingebrigtsen. Shallow angle off the post and pad of Klarkowski as he pounces down on that. Speaking of Klarkowski, he is 8-0 as Robbie. 2.26 goals against average with a .908 save percentage and 3 shutouts for his Hornets this year.
A couple goaltenders with pretty decent numbers, I gotta say.
I wouldn't mind save percentages like that, right?
Yeah.
Stingy goals against averages. There will be an icing call. 4.75 goals scored per game as an average for Hill Murray. Now, keep in mind, they might have a little bit of a less challenging, shall we say, conference schedule. There's some good teams in the Metro East, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Very good teams. Edina now averaging 3 per game on their way in. Oh, we've got a lace that's not working there. He's just going to tuck it in. Let's see how long that stays there.
Yeah, to your point on the goal averages, that includes a recent 16-0 win. That's ludicrous.
Correct.
And a couple of they hung a
scores. Oh, the Hornets on transition. First to strike again here tonight, as they were last night at Aldrich Arena. That's Jackson Nevers to pick up the goal for the Hornets.
Well, that rush was one with incredible speed. That they had a lot of movement, and beautiful cross ice feed, and a quick one-timer. Everything on that play was executed in a rapid succession. So really, you talk about defending and being able to defend different players, but when a team does that and comes up with a lot of speed, it's tough to defend that.
One of the things that Edina does, Mike, and they like to do is play with an overwhelming tempo and pace. And then along with that comes finished checks. And if they're allowed to do that and keep that pace and tempo going, they are awfully tough to play against. But we've seen here tonight this Hill Murray team has the ability to go stride for stride. Played back up into the neutral zone by Edina's Trey Fetchko. And now it'll be on the stick of Gianni Hurley. Back up through the neutral zone. Picked up by Dexheimer. He pushes that along the wall. Now it's going to be Clark. Shovels that back into the zone. Now it's going to be Whistler. He regroups and plays around the wall. Waiting on that puck is going to be Sendon.
You talk about pace. Well, one of the things that helps with that is Edina does a very good job of getting that puck out of the zone. They bust out a forward past the far red line when they know that they're going to control the puck, and it gets the puck up the ice very quickly.
There's a chance in on goal as Klarkowski makes the save. Rink-wide pass there from Halverson was picked off at the line, and that created a scoring chance back down the other way. Nevers along with Bonin. Now it's going to be Whitliff with it. And we have an icing call.
Well, Edina's been whistled for icing a few times, but it's because they're trying to make those outlet passes and trying to get a guy up the ice with some speed. And I mentioned it. If they can get a guy on the other side of the red line, it's just a quick little redirect into the offensive zone, and that kind of fast break, even if they don't take it in themselves, the puck is in there, and that creates a quick forecheck. But if they don't connect with it, they find themselves on the icing call.
One of the things the Pioneers have done a really good job of over the years is they have the ability to stretch the ice. The Hornets know that, and that's a really good chess match, Mike, to see the status of how these two teams are working their game plans. But the Pioneers are not a one-dimensional team. They can get up the ice many different ways, but I know they've been very astute at that over the years. Rink wide it goes now for Clark. Dahl was checked on the play. Hello to his father, Bill, who's watching on at home. Left wing side, now it's controlled. Dangling there is Dylan Godbout. Up to the line. Gruba lays it over to the left wing. There's a shot. Rebound. Oh, the puck in the slot area. That came off the stick of Begley.
Yeah, it caught the lower part of the glove of the goaltender, and it kicked back out, and they got a rebound out of the situation. So, dangerous shot there because it did pinball around.
And when it sits there waiting for someone to hammer it either way, that could be a little bit dicey. Hornets got sticks on that, though, quickly. You know, we're already almost 7 minutes into this first period. Where's this going, right?
I hope the pace keeps going because that's where the entertainment is.
Well, with these two teams, we can be pretty much given that. Dexheimer, I might have jinxed it. I didn't call the shutout or the no-hitter, but I might as well have right there. Halverson down low. Willie Johnson for Vandervoort. Slides that back in behind as Erickson sets up behind the net for Hensler.
I don't think these experienced coaches will allow that to happen, so I think you're safe.
Okay, good. Good to hear. Well, that would be fair. Bill Lechner did reach the 500 club this year. Congratulations to him. As coming into this game, he's 507, 167, and 32 with two state titles. Kurt Giles, 465, 152, and 27 with 4 state titles. Is it the color green, or what is it? Maybe.
If it were that easy, I think more people would be. So I think it's just.
I would think so.
Good quality coaching, good design, and good players to impart all that information on.
Over to the far corner it goes. That's Carr to play that one behind. Checked on the play. Spindler was there. Now it's on the stick for Madigan. Morgan comes away with it. Bonin watches him, forces him up the right wing wall. That's gloved down by Flaherty. Now it's Spindler up the wall, but sent right back in by the Pioneers. Morgan gives that over for Molman. Molman hangs with it. That's going to be an ice. I don't know if he was trying to ricochet that in off the skate or what was happening there, but definitely back into Hornet territory we go for that one.
Well, there's been that, as I keep mentioning it, there's been that attempt to get the puck quickly through that neutral zone, quickly into the offensive zone. They've been trying that and doing it actually successfully all game here. And when they make a small error, that results in the icing. That's pretty much the type of zone time that Hill Murray has been able to gather is on mistakes so far by Edina, I think.
And we'll see where this continues if there's adjustments through the way. Glove down by Gruba, sent right back in wide of the Edina cage. Worst will set up shop as he's watched by Hurley. Now it's Clark. He'll go from east to west. On the tape for Revnig. He's turned over in the neutral zone by Begley. And now the Hornets will regroup. Dahl for Worst, back to Dahl off his stick. And Begley's.
Penalty coming up to Hill Murray, so this will be a big opportunity for Edina to stretch that lead.
Hurley goes with 8:18 to go here in the first period. Hornet power plays at 16.4%, and that's a number that is very good over historic seasons for them. They're 10 of 61. Meanwhile, the Pioneers killing off at 85.7%. They're 42 of 49 so far this year. Worst, nice subtle pass to the right wing side. Found Fetchko. They got a hook coming back the other way. Ooh. 10 seconds in.
Well, they're going to look for that too, just because they're going to have a tight, hard-fought game. You're going to find that the refs follow suit.
You know, early in the game, you see that little tug like that, and you see it, and instantly you look to the ref and just say, is it?
Yeah.
It is tonight.
Because you're setting a tone, right?
Yep, it is tonight,
the
for
refs
sure.
have to set their tone, and so that's where the players have to go to school on that.
Yeah, so basically they're saying no shortcuts to battles. Now Worst with it from the corner. Hardy was there to turn him away. Now Revnig has it. Oh, he walked right into that beautiful play. Nice subtle play to Nevers as he carries this one deep. Edges along the line. Ooh, he wanted to go short side on that. 4-on-4 now here. Worst down to the knees. Gets that over for Nevers. Revnig shot through traffic. Buzzes wide of the mark. Here comes Worst to the right side. Played that down the wall, but it's going to be Begley with it, as he has nothing but white sweaters at center and forced to play that in wide of the cage. Revnig now for the Hornets will look to his right as he breaks out. Watched by Godbout. He'll gain center. Tried to get it deep. And the Pioneers know that's exactly what they want to do once they hit the center red. They jump on a stick. Now they're going to work a breakout 4-on-4. There'll be 56 more seconds of this. At center off the skates of Godbout. Oh, nice play in on goal. Gruba, oh!
That's two clear-cut breakaways off two mistakes defensively for Edina. I mean, they're pressing in the right ways, but oh boy, if anyone's made errors, it's been Edina. They're forcing the issue and making errors. So they're playing a high-risk reward type game
no
right now.
Doubt.
You know?
But, well, Gruba, you know, he's coming in with that, and he's a D-man. It's not like he hasn't had, you know, shootouts or breakaways or anything like that, but he had a lot of time to just sort of assess the situation.
They had two breakaways in this game with lots of time. Goaltenders made a couple of very good saves, but you know, you don't want to let Hill Murray go to the wall too many times here.
Madigan reaches with one hand while he's, you know, extended, and he glued it to his forehand as he caught that pass. That was quite impressive by number 7 of the Pioneers. They now control to the left wing side, hard off the wall, as Ingebrigtsen is going to bring some pressure on Dexheimer behind the net. Dexheimer races up the right wing side, stays with it. Madigan reads him, gets on the stick. Behind the net it goes. Hensler, he'll ring it hard. Out of the bench, out of the penalty box comes Hurley. They're on a short 3-second power play that remains in it. Knocked away by Dexheimer, and out they come with Fetchko. Now it's Gruba with it. Over to the left wing side and played and angled through by Carr. Madigan looks exhausted here at the end of his shift with Dexheimer. In to help out now is Simon Seidel, as they juggle for position. All the way around the wall. Begley reached for that one. Here comes Vandervoort to pressure him. Gruba off the wall. Simon Seidel with it. And there's a chance to the slot area, knocked away by Morgan. Samper is there. Now it's going to be Sexton to the right wing side. Handled now by Vandervoort. Oh, nice blocker pad save. Seidel will work his way back up through the neutral zone. Nice feed there on the stick for Gruba. Try to slice through traffic. Hornets try to will it up the left wing wall, but Gruba comes away for Begley. Begley's shot. And did the net get knocked just a tick?
A little bit, yeah. Morgan had his they collided with someone in front of the net, and the cage portion of his helmet came loose. So he was skating around with a cage dangling. So he had to snap one of them up. Ended up running into the goal post, and the whistle was blown. But yeah, some good battles so far in this game.
Hurley in to draw. Gets it back. Shot, stick saved by Klarkowski. Over to the far corner. Dahl tried to hammer that up the wall. Kaufman cuts it off. Long shot from up high. Wide of the mark. Centering feed by Kaufman. Knocked away, but taken over by Hurley. Now it's going to be jammed around the wall by the Hornets' Dexheimer. Held in at the line by Hensler. Over to the far side, they go with it. Now it's Dahl behind the back to the neutral zone. Controlled by Carr. And now it's going to be Whitliff who turns up to the left wing side. Dahl is there. Nice job by Hensler to come away with that, but the Hornets strip him of the puck. They lead 1-0. There's a chance in front. Save Erickson. Puck's rolling. Where is it? They continue to battle. The puck was loose, and they were going pitchfork there, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Hill Murray did the right thing. Not too many guys can score when they're laying on their back or their stomach. And they're yeah, you're right. You got to come in. If the puck's loose, it's fair game. But Hill Murray did the right thing. You come and plow the track. I mean, get rid of the bodies. There won't be anybody left to score goals.
.409 to go in the first. Sent in by Worst. It's going to be Luger with it. That's off some shins, but big bounce to Godbout on the left wing side. Finds his man in stride, and Ingebrigtsen. Stick save by Klarkowski. Picked up by Worst. Chips the glass to center. That's going to be Whistler over to the near wall. Played up the wing. Nice job, and controlled across the line. Flaherty with it. In front. Nice feed there for Nevers. That just missed the mark. Nevers with a big check there, but Luger takes over behind to the right wing. They'll try to extend that to the left wing side, but that's knocked down by the Hornets as they settle in the neutral zone. Revnig from the left corner. That's cut off and read neatly by Godbout. He's going to have some help now with Ingebrigtsen. Godbout stays strong on the puck. Turns away. Nice job out of the corner. Muscle play there. Terrific read down low by the Hornets' Halverson. Back up for Spindler. Now it's Vandervoort with speed. Back on the stick of Godbout. He'll flip to center. With 3 minutes to go, it's Worst to regroup back in behind his own net. Now Worst will accelerate. To the left wing side he goes. Edges his way through. Over to the far side. Nice look there by the winger. It's played back in. That was Halverson. Madigan off his stick. Molman gathers up. Back in behind the net he goes. Molman cycles back for Morgan, but there's Bonin to make the read. They have a light man. Scores! You saw that one coming. Ben Miller. He just snuck his way down low from up high and buries to tie it at one.
Well, Hill Murray's been getting, I think, some high-quality chances. And I'm not even talking about the two breakaways. I mean, just in general, like some good feeds coming in from the bottom of the circle and some creativity around the front of the net. And that time it just paid off for them, and I have a feeling that this is how this game's going to go, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes.
1-1 so far here in the first. 2:25 to go in it. Pioneers now back it across the line. Thanks for joining us here for Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. And we have a penalty coming up to Simon Seidel. It's going to be a trip most likely.
Well, always a crucial time for a penalty. A couple minutes left in the period. And Edina has an opportunity to take the momentum back that they'd gained earlier on in the period with that 1-0 lead, and recently gave up that tying goal. So we'll see if we're able to get that power play moving the puck around a little bit better than the last one. The last one didn't last very long because they took a penalty almost immediately into their own power play. So we'll see if they're able to stay disciplined.
Loading and playing that one down the line is Fetchko to the slot. That's turned back up. Revning takes a risk there, and here they come back up the right wing side. Worst with a good read, but their support.
Oh boy.
My word. Clark came out of nowhere. He came together ascending.
He came out of nowhere, and he came like with full head of steam, ready to knock someone in the next week.
Let's just say the stick wasn't on the ice. Revning shot wide of the mark.
Would you say singular thought process on that one?
Yes, we'll leave it at that. Revning now takes over at the line. That's turned aside back into the corner. Nice physical play there by Gruba to win the battle. Finds the opening and sends it the length of the ice. Klarkowski will set that up. Now here's Worst. He's watched by Bonin. To the right wing side. Oh, that's turned over off Flaherty's stick and sent right back in. 42 to go in the Hornet power play. 55 of the period. Now it's Nevers. Pins up. Worst is there as well. Kicked free. Nice job off the corner there. It was Caden Sampere ragging time off the Edina power play. Back into the zone it goes. This is a heavy hitting affair. You can hear the boards are thundering here at Braemar Arena tonight.
More and more here as the period goes on. A 1-1 game, and these guys have decided that it's not just speed that's going to decide this. It's going to be physical play too.
The will is definitely legit. 14 to go in the period. Morgan finds Flaherty, caught up too neatly by Madigan, who makes the play. They'll play the glass into the neutral zone. Side.
Better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena between periods number 1 and 2. The score is now 1-1 between these two teams. Let's take a look at a couple of the goals here that got us there. First will be Edina getting on the board as Jackson Nevers tallied a beauty. There you see Nevers down the left wing side. Or I'm sorry, that was Flaherty to Nevers, who tapped that past the goaltender for the Hill-Murray Pioneers, Jack Erickson. And then the Pioneers would tie it up a few minutes later on a solid effort here. It was really good work. They get the puck up high, and it's blasted away there by the Pioneers. Ben Miller, he was the late man in from Madigan to make that play. 3:23 or so to go. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have more high school hockey with Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota with KARE 11 right after this.
Better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your dekes and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena. The Pioneers and the Hornets duking it out on a Saturday night, back end of home and homes. These two teams know each other well. And you think about the Pioneers and what they went through winning the state title in 2020. You know, I was one of the many that felt like, wow, their window was more like the year, last year and forward like this year. So they get it done a year early, then they qualify for the state tournament, get shut down for COVID. The Wayzata coach, Pat O'Leary, said, hey, you know what? Why don't you move our game a day later from everybody else? And, they will have met their COVID protocol and we can play. And then, nope, they couldn't do that. I mean, the Pioneers wanted to, but then that would be an unfair advantage or whatever. So long story short, they came up empty because of the COVID thing, and everybody's dealing with it in their own way. But they're having a heck of a season right now, and they're going toe-to-toe with an Edina team where if I'm in the Section 6AA, Wayzata, Benilde St. Margaret's, Hornets, Holy Angels is in there, St. Louis Park, Blake, you be on notice because they are not easy to play against. And they play games like this all year long. They don't care about the record that much. They care about how they're playing.
Well, and, the head coach has said that time and time again. We want the tough schedule. We don't want to kind of just float through the season and blow teams out. I mean, they want to test themselves, and they continually do that, and that's what's going to make you better.
Absolutely. As we are underway now, the Pioneers moving from right to left across your screen in their dark sweaters. Hornets in control now. Play this through center. We start this period 5-on-5. Checked on the play there was Axel Begley. Flipped up high in the air, glove down by Gruba as he carries it along and moves that ahead to Godbout. He'll gain the line. That's off a stick, and now it's picked up by Fritz. Here comes Caden Fritz on the move to the outside. Nice feed. Sexton with a shot in on goal. And that was Erickson to square up and make the save off the midsection.
Yeah, not a lot of zip on that shot. It looked like it caught a rolling puck, but it's still a great idea to see that feed from Fritz. Get to the front of the net. Sexton got it on net.
Up high to the line. That one's knocked away. Controlled now by Dexheimer. And on the stick of Hensler. There's Carr with it. Madigan. Wow, he couldn't have put that in a better spot. I thought that thing was going up and off the glass and out of play, but he put it perfectly into the corner. There's a shot. Quick one there by Ben Miller. That was blocked. Looking for goal number 2 here tonight. Now it's Dahl with it. Snapper. Ooh, that thing came in and sunk. Nice save by Erickson to get the blocker on that one. Clark with a nice read on that puck away from Madigan. Now it's Fetchko to the line. Whitliff, the snapper, play to the high stick, and off a stick and out of play.
Well, Edina, I got to give them credit. They just continue to attack. I mean, they attacked first in the first period. They're attacking first here in the second. They just have that kind of nose to the net and a kind of pursuit that wins you games. Hill Murray certainly no slouch, but this is the kind of way that you beat top end teams like Hill Murray.
Sendon played that one ahead to Hurley. Now it's Mullman with it. Down the wall, Hurley again. On the puck, that's going to be Kaufman. Now Morgan plays the body. Hornets will help out. Quickly down the wall they go with it. That was Begley. Gruba reaches at the line. They're off. They're going to have to touch back up are the Pioneers as they retreat out of the zone. Hornets get the freebie. Gruba with a skate save and a beauty. Played it away from his legs as Sendon now races up the right wing side. Steered up off the netting and out of play. You know, this game, Mike, we talk about the incremental play and having to mind your responsibilities. Since they started this series, the 4 goals that Hill Murray scored, the overtime one yesterday, has been the most. It's been no more than 3 or 2 or 1 in every other game. I mean, they've been so tight to the vest, these two teams.
Yeah, they're going to compete. They have the skill. 1 goal game in that overtime game. The other ones are separated a little bit at times, but we're going to find ways to put the puck in the net.
Now it's going to be Whistler watching this one off the end wall and icing your call. No changes. They're going to keep this group out. By the way, with Care 11, you have the Olympics going on as they are in full force. They're underway on Care 11. Catch all the action of the 2022 games, from skiing to figure skating, plus highlights from Team USA Hockey and other rosters stacked with Minnesota athletes in all sports. Primetime coverage starts weeknights at 7 on Care 11. Of course, this is Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. Said to Mike, this is game number 12 for us. Where did this go? Going quick.
Yep, absolutely. It's rolling.
We'll be coming to you from IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids, Minnesota on Tuesday as they take on the Andover Huskies. Scores! That puck just willed its way through. Flaherty was there. Spindler on the back door. It's 2-1 Edina.
Just about to say that there was a delayed penalty coming up against Hill Murray because, boy, someone was water skiing.
Yeah.
I mean, behind one of the Edina players, and well, it didn't matter because you see Spindler was able to bull his way to the net and just find a little backhander underneath the arm of the goaltender. So 2-1 is the score.
That is that line's second goal of the game. They have both now for the Hornets. Spindler with one and Nevers with the other. I believe Flaherty will have picked up 2 assists now here tonight. Whitliff forechecked. A nice play there by Simon Seidel. The neutral zone it goes. Here comes Fetchko. Oh, he had Dahl going to the net. He draws a penalty on Lucas Mann.
Well,
to the bench goes Klarkowski.
I'm curious to see what the call is. If it's hooking or something, or holding. But it can't be a trip because the Edina player went down under his own power.
Oh, there's a shot. Nice save made by Erickson. Now it's going to be Whitliff with it. Shallow angle. Oh, a near redirect there by Clark. That was a spoon feed there. Head coach Dave Terwilliger for the Hornets is right next to you, Mike, and he is all about the deflections and redirects. He's a master of coaching that because he was so good at it. Now it's going to be Clark with it. Fetchko back up to the line. Good possession by the Hornets. Not giving it up, and they're staying on it. That's off the side of the net. Dahl played it down with the stick. They still have possession. Alverson makes a move, knocked away from him. You had Clark in there looking to do the Ryan Smith tip, as now it's knocked away by the Pioneers. But how about that for chances 6-on-5?
Take advantage of everyone you get. They have come out with a lot of initiative in this period. They and you can tell because Hill Murray's taking penalties. I mean, the last penalty they took was waved or was basically nullified because Edina scored. This one, he made it to the box after a few good bids there to almost nullify another one. So Edina's come out hard in this second period. They've been rewarded with a goal, and now they have another power play.
It comes back to the pace, too, we were talking about. If you got to be willing to continue to find that pace that the Hornets are bringing here in the second period.
You got to at least match. I mean, you can't watch. And I think a little bit too flat-footed for Hill Murray, and that's why they found themselves with two penalties. Oh, there's a penalty right there by Edina's Riley Spindler, just a little bit too much.
Well, he was sitting right at the door, so it's a perfect spot for him.
You don't have to skate very far. Don't have to skate very far.
Back it in, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, everyone's looking for that little advantage. So you get the arm out, you grab a little bit of a hook, whatever it takes, and sometimes you're a little bit too aggressive, and that will nullify that penalty. So everyone's fighting for every square inch of ice.
4:49, the time of the Spindler penalty. So that one was 16 seconds in. The previous one that went earlier, I believe, the fetch go was 10 seconds in. So the two power plays Edina have been extraordinarily abbreviated, but then the same can be said about the Pioneers. There were not a lot of penalties in yesterday's games, just two. Both power plays going to the Pioneers. They were 1 for 2 with it. Now Gruba and Clark. Clark comes away with it. He has a man, Dahl, open in the corner as they cycle out of it. Dahl, the shot. Oh, that was deflected just enough to be tricky for Erickson to make the save off the stick of Clark. Now it's Godbout with it. Turns it up the middle. Off to the right wing side for Gruba. Now they'll find the late man in Hardy. Ooh, that one's deflected away. We have a net that's off its posts.
Man, I hate that.
It drives me crazy.
It's just a momentum killer, I just hate that. There's got to be a better solution.
These guys are big and strong. You don't see it as much as you think at the higher levels with the technologies they're using there. There's a shot that's deflected wide of the mark. Revning. Now he finds his man and Fetchko back up through center. Nice feed to Halverson. Halverson opens up.
Oh boy.
Right as he opened up, he got developed.
Well, he paid the price he knew he was going to, but it didn't. I mean, when you pay the price like that and your line mate scores, you don't feel it.
It takes a lot of courage to do that. John Halverson's a gritty player. He fits right in with what the Hornets do and how they play. Checks a lot of the boxes. There's a long pass ahead. That's Begley to the right wing side for Madigan. Carries to the corner as Revning will play the body. Oh, how did he come out of that? Houdini. That one was knocked away from Carr, and that'll be an icing call. So in 5 seconds, it'll be Lucas Mann stepping out on the ice for the Pioneers, and his team will have an abbreviated 17-second power play.
Well, I tell you what, Edina's controlled the play in this period. There's no doubt about it.
10 seconds of 5-on-4 now remain. Hensler behind the net. Boy, he got out of there in a hurry. Never stayed on him. Hensler across the line. Puts on the brakes. Now it's 5-on-5 as Spindler works his way back into the zone. In on goal as it rolls up kind of into the midsection of Klarkowski's. He handled that. Biscuit. We'd like to remind you that, of course, you are watching Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. With Carol Evan, of course, Tradition is a family of Minnesota-based companies working for good in our communities, helping you connect the dots between your land development, financial services, and home building needs. Learn more at traditionco.com. What goes beyond connecting the dots, Mike, is your organization does so much in the communities. A lot of people don't even see it.
Well, it could be. It's just it's pervasive across all the companies and everyone. Just there's a ton of people that just they coach, they volunteer, they are involved with different charity groups. I mean, it's just what they do.
Yeah.
It's really a natural sequence, so people don't think about it too much. But
well, it's no surprise good things happen to a good company that's making a difference in the community.
It's good. It's good to see smiles on faces of the various groups that benefit from everybody. Everyday people just stepping out and helping out wherever they can. That's why I always have a lot of respect for the people who jump in and coach youth sports, whether it's your kids' peewee team or whether it's a little bit higher up. It's always great to see people participate like that.
Organization is loaded full of class acts up and down the community and professionally. Across the slot now it goes for Madigan. A couple of sevens doing battle with Morgan off the side of the cage. Gruba will walk from the right wing side. His shot was deflected. The Hornets will try to play this one out of the zone. Instead, it's flipped to center. Now it's going to be controlled by Miller. Halverson takes over. Across the line. I was sent a picture from Bill Dahl, who's watching on, AJ's dad, of me teaching John Halverson's sister, Hannah, how to skate in a Learn to Skate program back in the days at Hat Trick Arena. And man, was she little, and did I look young. I'll just say that. It was a while ago. She's, of course, a sophomore here at Edina, a terrific player. I believe she's going to play at Harvard. So, Bill, if you're listening, thanks for sharing. That made my day. Maybe week. We'll go there. Gruba plays that ahead for Bonin. Now it's Worst with it. He gathers this one up, and out of the zone he goes. He'll chip this one into an open corner. Now it's Luger. Plays this around to the right wing side. Ingebrigtsen checked on the play. Joseph Luger plays that to the left wing for Madigan. Boy, is he on the puck a lot. Hardy. Cross the line on the off wing. Stick check by Revnig. Some support back off the right side by Ingebrigtsen. Now in off the left corner, it's going to be Godbout. He's jumped on the play there by Nevers. They did a little fencing in front. There's a backhand attempt. Oh, another look there as Klarkowski stayed calm in the butterfly. No panic there.
He made the initial save, which was a tough enough. The rebound missed the net, but he was in position.
He's another one of those classic, just really big goaltenders. When he gets those pillows flared in a scramble like that, tough to beat because he's got the low end covered and the high.
You got to be quiet, though.
Correct.
Quiet from a physical perspective. You can't be flailing around. You have to trust that your size is going to help you stop that puck.
And certainly looked like it there. Here's Worst with it. Spindler on a high breakout. That's Luger to make the read. Ooh, that shot was pulled away by the Hornets, and they'll have an icing call. Ingebrigtsen wanted to have a good look up high to snap one through, but he couldn't quite get that to go. 6:49 to go here in the second period. I don't know, it just feels like this game is flying by.
It's just the pace. I love it. I mean, I love games like this, which is why I was so perturbed when nets get kicked off.
I know, because it takes away from what you're getting into.
Yes,
right?
It's just, because momentum, this type of speed momentum, it builds and it keeps building, and you really are entertained, and you're really given a heck of a hockey game when you can see these guys just keep building.
From the line now, it's going to be Dahl with it. Plays it over to the right wing side. Fetchko. That's cut off on the stick of Carr. Fetchko turns away. Ooh, lost the handle there. And now back up ice they go with Lucas Mann. Mann will cut against the grain. Off the glass it goes. Little submarine action there by Dexheimer as he stays with it. He'll bump the boards. Back into the neutral zone. Carr. Off the wall it goes. That's a tough one there. Now Hensler with it. He can skate. He's going to try to work his way through the defense. That's Whitliff. And a penalty coming up. Hensler, the defenseman, draws a penalty on Whitliff. They'll have Jackson Nevers and Willie Johnson up front for the Hornets to kill. Nate Hardy on the draw. He has Godbout on his right. You have Begley up on the left now to Gruba. And Ingebrigtsen in front working the big frame and the screen. Gruba off the heel for Begley, left side. Begley puts on the brakes. Rink wide he goes for Godbout. Nice stick there. Broken up by Johnson. He'll follow Godbout to the corner, but that leaves Gruba open up high. Gruba with it now. Want to go through the legs there of Nevers, who cut that one down and did his job. Heads to the bench. Out comes Clark and Dahl. Up the ice they go now with Hardy. Hardy will leave that one back in for Gruba across center. He'll ring it hard around the wall as it's going to be Godbout and Revnig to battle. Godbout stays with it. Back up to Begley. Look to his right, goes through traffic. Pushes that one through, and that's a nice read by Klarkowski to get that one gobbled up. 1:03 of power play time and 4:55 to go here in the period.
Lots of power plays in this period, and as I mentioned, I think it's just a result of the intensity, ramping up here, and guys trying to get that little extra piece of ice, and someone trying not to let them. So it's just that the competitive nature, and sometimes you're going to get nabbed. So that's why these guys have been marching to the box a little bit.
Push back through, and sometimes you may have a fraction of a step off from what you might have had last night, back-to-back in a heavy hitting affair with these two teams going toe-to-toe.
Yeah, there's no there's very few nights off, but even fewer when you're playing top-end opponents like this.
Madigan now across the line. When you look at the Wild schedule, how are they going to do that? And how is it their fault? Over to the right side it goes now. There's a shot blocked by Hensler, in on goal, though, as it worked its way down from the point.
As people like to make the argument, everyone's got to play the same number of games, and yeah, sometimes you have to squeeze them in different little segments, but the good thing is they're healthy.
And they got numbers.
Yep.
But I heard the taxi squad angle is gone now. Over to the right side, they go with it. Oh, shallow angle in front. And reaching for that one was Klarkowski as he hangs on. 4 seconds of power play time now remain for the Pioneers. You look on those two benches, and I think for how long I've been doing this, when haven't these two guys been here? You got guys like that, and of course last year Mike Randolph, and there was guys like Dave Oss, and now Lee Smith calling it quits from Eden Prairie, icing the call. Defensive zone draw for the Hornets. Hardy will queue up against Jackson Nevers. Hardy clearly going to the backhand there as he gets it. Gruba, Begley shot. Ooh, last second pad got down there by Klarkowski. That nearly snuck through. Pioneers advance down the wing, but the Hornets snuff that out. Play that to the neutral zone. That was Gruba. Now Whitliff. And offside at the line. These kids are so nice. I just saw Jackson Nevers reach down and pick up the puck for the ref.
Well, they're nice to the refs. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Not nice to each other.
I know. Very fair, but it's like, wow, look at this. Back behind the net now, it's Whitliff. Controls the puck momentarily as that's Bonin to make the play. High slot picked up. Nevers back out of the zone. Spindler was there with him. Gets it to him. In deep it goes. First is Nevers, knocked that one away from Carr, but there's Madigan with it. The nice strides up the left wing side. Looked for Bonin, the Hornets defense, but that's going to be a shot by Madigan. That's going to be picked up by Hensler. And down to make the glove hand save is Klarkowski once again. You know, the ebbs and flows of this game continue. And it feels as though the Pioneers have had a little more since the penalties of the time in the offensive zone.
Well, it's amazing a power play can shift momentum for you, even if you don't score.
Madigan now, it just screws up the rhythm, doesn't it?
Well, it messes up with your line combinations.
Yep.
Everything. I mean, how your ice time, everything.
Tell that to Vandervoort. In front they go.
Boy.
That one was deflected away. Now it's picked up by Hensler.
That was a heck of a power move there by Vandervoort. He used that size and just drove to the net.
When he can get the corner like that, I saw him score a hat trick in a game. I think it might have been a natural hat trick. Just muscling his way, and when he gets the edge in the corner, you better watch it. But in on goal again, Klarkowski elects to cover that one up and hang on. Wise play there by the Hornet goaltender. Didn't like the numbers coming his way, so he gets a big goal stick on that and gathers it in. We'll try again. Begley now for Gruba. Back for Begley. Through traffic into the midsection again. Klarkowski squares. Makes the save. Four more games on the docket for the Hornets after this one tonight. They have a game at Buffalo. They host the Skippers on the 12th. That'll be a fun night. And then at St. Michael, Albertville, and at Wayzata. Oh, that one was off the handle of the stick, I believe. Now it's going to be Clark with it. Try to angle it up for Dahl, but instead Begley will take over behind his own net. Around the wall it goes for Gruba. Picked up by Senden. Hit the snow in front of the bench area and fanned. Now Mulman is there. Watching him was Kaufman. Mulman gets that up to the left wing side of Clark. Clark now for Fetchko. Fetchko wedged into the wall by Gruba. Now Begley is there. Rings that around the wall to the near side. Kaufman. Gruba with a muscle play. Now it's Senden. Now Gruba in front. He found Senden, but just a little too far.
Oh, a terrific feed.
Heavy wrist shot off the end boards by Hurley. Misses the mark. Hurley was there from the right wing side. Steered out of there by Klarkowski. And the Hornets now will look to transition from the right wing side, cut off by Begley. They're just saying no dice. Sent right back in behind Revnik, watched by Godbout.
Well, Hill Murray's taken away that stretch pass now, and guess what? Making Edina carry the puck out of the zone, and it's a little bit more difficult. You got to skate with the puck. It doesn't move as quickly as when you're feeding it.
Turning it into a 100-foot game. That one's off the pads. Rebound. Klarkowski stretches and covers it up.
Well, Pioneers trying to make a very big, strong bid here to tie this game up before the end of the period. And then Klarkowski's made a couple of good saves, but that's where your puck management's going to be really crucial for Edina. You got to watch now that you're having to rag the puck a little bit more, make short passes rather than those long stretch passes and deflecting it into the offensive zone. You have to manage the puck and don't make any really high-risk plays here with 38 seconds left.
You know, and get just more incremental.
Oof.
Big collision off the boards there. That was Dahl.
Well, penalties coming up here because of it.
Looks like Whitliff is the one they're going to get.
Interesting, because the call was not being made initially. I don't think I think it was possibly a roughing after the fact, because once the player was down, I think he gave him a shot That's where you took him in heavily into the boards. It wasn't a bad hit. Oh,
those are the first penalties.
Yeah.
So Worst and Eggebretson go for the coincidentals for roughing. Now another D-man for the Hornets goes out in Whitliff. So the power play with 25 to go.
So after the hit, he's kind of sat on him a bit. That's the holding. He didn't let him get up, so that's why he got it. He got away with, or didn't get away with, but there was no call on the initial hit. It's that he kept him down on the ice when the puck had gone into the other corner. That got him the extra minor. So
I got a question for you. In your years of hockey, when you see the scrums around the net, have you ever seen that deter anybody going for a puck and a rebound ever, where it just stopped? So when the sticks come up and they go for the rebound and the defensemen come in and there's a big pile up, they're kind of letting them know. I'm just saying that's never stopped anybody from going for rebounds.
No.
It only gets you penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so hey, you still know what your job is, right? It's to score goals when you're around the net. So, but a heck of a period there. Penalty filled, very heavy in the penalty department for both teams, and Edina comes out on top in that period. So it should be a spirited third.
Playoff style hockey here from Braemar Arena. Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota, fittingly on a Saturday night here from the Twin Cities from Braemar Arena. Be sure to check out the rest of our schedule. We also like to remind you that our partners in Sniper's Edge are a part of our whole productions across the board as well. Whether you train in your garage, at the rink, or backyard, Sniper's Edge Hockey has the training products to help you play more and get better. Check them out online at snipersedge.com. And don't forget, Tradition is a family of Minnesota-based companies working for the good in our communities, helping you connect the dots between your land development, financial services, and home building needs. Learn more at traditionco.com. Our coverage is also presented in part by City County Credit Union, St. Cloud State University, TRIA, and also Let's Play Hockey. Don't forget, the Olympics are rolling on KARE 11 and NBC. We'll take a timeout. We'll have more coming up for you right after this.
Better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more.
So Anabec Construction Company started in 1905. So I'm the third generation, and now we have Eric and Jake.
One of the neatest things that I get to do when I go new places and talk about Tradition Companies is talk about the history of the company, and it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation for almost 120 years.
Really, it just came down to trying to figure out better ways to serve the customer, and so it wasn't necessarily about making more money, but it was about providing a more seamless turnkey customer experience. So just kind of slowly over the years we added additional pieces to the puzzle.
So we started the Tradition Companies basically to figure out how we could do vertical integration that encompassed pretty much everything from the dirt to the final closing at title.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Finding escape. Here comes Steves in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
I always like to call myself a sports storyteller. My philosophy for doing sports is to be thorough. I like to go behind the helmet. I love to talk to athletes and hear their stories. Catch me every weeknight at 10 on KARE 11.
From sunshine to rainstorms and thunder, even snow. No matter what comes your way, when you think of weather, think of Bell. Chief Meteorologist Belinda Jensen, weeknights at 10 on KARE 11.
At the end of the day, it's about people. I come to work with this group, and I know they got my back, and they know I got theirs, and we have a, I heard from our top guy, Tip Ennebeck, way back, if you treat people with respect, you do what you say you're going to do. I just feel like it's all about people, and not only for internally with the people that I work with, but our clients, and that's the way I look at it. Every situation I'm in, I'm like, what would I do if I was in your shoes? When we started in 1998, Tip sat us down and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 5% of our profits and we're going to give them back to the communities and the charities that we support. And you know, over the years it's sunk in. And he said to me multiple times in our companies, you know, the more I give, the better off I do. And it's hard to get your head around that when you're young, but as you kind of go through a career and you see clients and you see companies and you see difficult situations and you work through all this stuff, and you really kind of understand as an adult or an experienced person in the workforce really what it does matter, what it is all about. And I think we far exceed 5% now. I'll tell you what, it sure feels good. We're doing a lot of good out there.
It's an exciting day no matter what. There's a lot of things that are mundane, but you always have the exciting points of the day where we're developing in a new area, we're expanding in a new area, or we're finally seeing like Spirit of Brenton Farms be fully developed, you know, from day one over 10 years ago.
Always on, always moving, always connecting. With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, City and County Credit Union is here when and where you need us. A fast, safe, and contact-free way to manage your money. No matter where you are or what you're doing, be in control of your money with a checking account designed for life on the go. Because life is busy. We get it. Let us help. Visit City and County Credit Union to get started. Insured by NCUA.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
There's no better tradition than hockey. Tradition Companies is proud to serve our community's youth sports. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
blink, and before you know it, it's the start of the third period here. Here we go, Mike.
I don't doubt that it'll be
more of
as
the same.
Thrilling and entertaining and fast-paced as the first two periods were.
You know, when you start getting this thing into the final 7-8 minutes, it's going to be interesting to see if it's go time for one of these teams or if they stay to the vest.
Well, it was a flurry that tied the game last night as Hill Murray sent it to overtime and won it a couple minutes in. So I'm sure Edina wants to avoid that eventuality.
Yeah. Well, the sell job on the offside by the linesman was top-notch. Nate Hardy pleaded the case. He knew he was coming after him. It was great. Just a game within the game. I love that. 1:03 of powered play time remains for now the Hill Murray Pioneers as they'll play this behind the Hornet net. Klarkowski will guide it around the wall. Madigan's there to handle the puck. Gets some help now with Hardy. He'll walk to the dot. Now it's Godbout. Madigan walks out. Up high, Gruba, the quick one-timer out. That caught the inside, I believe, of the leg of Clark as he's fighting that one off.
Good vision there. Not always easy to find that puck. Even if you see it off the stick, you know, you got guys crossing in front. You got to lose it, then regain it. And he was able to keep that puck in his line of sight all the way through.
Nevers again to face off with Hardy. Those two have seen a lot of each other tonight. Revning with a hard wrister. Johnson gets a piece, but instead Gruba keeps. Begley backdoor to Madigan. Look to the slot area. There's Willie Johnson to make the play as he sends that one the length of the ice. Hey, I saw a name in the chat, Earnhardt Jaworski. If you're out there, great to see the name, buddy. Hope all's well with you. Left wing side, they go with it. They'll put on the brakes with Godbout. Back up to the line, Begley. Backdoor now, it's Madigan plays that one up for Gruba. Nice puck movement here by the Pioneers. Hornets bring the man in late. Oh, that one just misses the mark from Godbout. Up to the line, Gruba puts on the brakes, backs up to the bench area, chips some sauce for Begley. He'll get that one back off the stick of Hardy. Godbout the shot and the save. Here come the Hornets back the other way with Nevers. He's been out for a while. Not much left of the tank, but tried to create on Begley, who stopped him. Now Morgan's shot misses the mark.
I thought that was going to be a shot pass to the front of the net. He might have been trying to do that and just had it come off his heel.
It looked like that's what he was thinking.
But, Hill Murray, who stepped out with a bit of intensity here in this period. It was Edina in the last two. So Hill Murray, I think, sees the urgency of this hockey game right here.
Off the glass it goes. Remember, 15-1-1 in their last 17. Quite impressive. 9-0-1 in their last 10. The Pioneers have been impressive. Up the right wing, it's Sendon. You know, the Hornets at 6-0 to start the year. I said this team's not going to lose a game. They were so good. I mean, they were rolling everybody, and they're playing tough competition. And, you know, the game has a way of humbling you as a group, doesn't it?
It can, yeah. And it can also teach you to play up to the level that you need to.
I think sometimes you start thinking that you got there your own way as a group and individually. Sometimes, I'm not saying that's the case here, but you know, the buy-in is just, it's a year-long battle as a group to do that, and you want to be doing it right now. Like both these teams are. A pad save by Erickson. That was a quick slapper that came in from the stick of A.J. Dahl. Now it's Morgan, rink wide for Mullman. Hard pass to the left wing. Knocked off the stick of Dahl. And now it's going to be Dexheimer. He's going to be forced on the issue by the freshman, Logan Hensler. It's a freshman. Now it's Dexheimer. Nice feed against the green to Dahl. Over the right wing side. Drop pass for Whitliff. His shot was deflected up off the scoreboard. You get ready to shoot that puck, and quickly, boom, there's a stick shutting you down.
We had wide open pace in the first two. I'm not sure if we're going to see that here now. After all, it might actually naturally tighten up here as both teams realize that there's not a lot of wiggle room.
And that is typically the case of what we see with these two teams, and it goes to the wire. That much we know. Gathered in by Dexheimer. Off the wall it goes for Johnson out of the zone, watched by Gruba. Now Vandervoort knocked away from him. Johnson back in, looked for Vandervoort, but that was cut off by Begley. Halverson with pace comes up with the puck out of the corner. He'll give to Vandervoort, back off the corner. Ooh, Johnson had a feed. He's a crafty player, really good on the end wall for the Hornets.
Yeah, a little bit of a hope pass there. It was a blind backhand pass from the end wall, but
Vandervoort the feed, shallow angle look. And back up ice go the Pioneers. Gruba stopped on the play. Vandervoort advances ahead for a tip pass from Johnson to Nevers, who goes underneath the check. Now it's going to be Hardy with it. He'll hang on to this one and be turned away, as now Hardy will accelerate up the right wing side away from Flaherty. Hardy wanted to make a move on Revnig. That didn't happen. Now it's on the stick of Ingebrigtsen. Godbout takes over. Oh, he's dangerous from the slot. He wanted the top glove hand side. Revning gloves it away. Oh, they try to muscle that through with Hardy. Now it's Ingebrigtsen. There's some sort of extracurricular going on in the corner between Nevers and Godbout. Now it's off the corner. Revning watches his man Ingebrigtsen, who, wow, he slung that one out. There's a shot and a quick one in by Hensler. That's caught with the glove of Klarkowski.
Always very difficult. We talk about guys cutting to the net or fending the players off, going to the net. I mean, you got to think about it. You got to shoot the puck too. You got to keep the puck and then shoot it. So if you're going to be leaning on some guy to get yourself a better position, you got to still have the leverage to shoot the puck. And Godbout did very good job there. He put it over top of the net, granted, but just to get the shot off with the kind of velocity that he did, that shows a little bit of strength and skill.
And the heat coming at you,
yep.
Quickness that's required. Just not a lot of time out there to load up and pull the trigger. Curley tried to go through the legs of Dahl. The veteran Dahl made the play. Up ice they go now to Fetchko. He'll play that one back off the end wall. Hensler collides along with Jimmy Clark. Now Fetchko. Try to go short side. Dahl gathers and pushes that one. They score! The Hornets take the 2-goal lead at 3-1. Look like Jimmy Clark muscled that one home, much to the dismay of the blue line from the Pioneers. That's a big 2-goal lead here in this third period.
With the way goaltenders try and seal the post on the goals these days, but on the stick side, it that stick naturally gets in your way a little bit. It's not an easy thing to do, and 2 goals have gone in on the Hill Murray goaltender on the same side, and it's that stick side when he was trying to seal the post. It just, you got a couple little holes there, and they found them twice now.
Up the left wing they go now with Halverson. Nice late feed there. Vandervoort down low. Bonin with the body. And now it's Madigan. Madigan carries this one wide on Whitliff through the legs of Gruba. There's a foot race. Ooh, this is Flaherty bringing the gas. It's the first 2-goal lead these teams have experienced and enjoyed here since yesterday's games and festivities began. Worst in. That's off the glove and played in. Begley was there with Nevers. And now it's picked up by Gruba. Hardy stopped by Spindler, but it's the play of Flaherty with the stick that forced the turnover, but there's Hensler to take over. Long pass ahead for Godbout. Delayed offside as he snuck in on that one. Now it's going to be played off to the right wing side. Nice play by Flaherty as he looks over to the right side. Ooh! That was a nearly run to the net there for Ingebrigtsen. Down comes Dahl as he comes together with Hensler. Hensler wins that, plays that rink wide. It's going to be Godbout who lost the handle, picked up on the stick of Whistler. Now Hensler deflected off a stick of Godbout, picked up by Morgan. Godbout's going to bring pressure. Now it's going to be Worst. Quick outlet to Clark. And now here comes Fetchko, cuts to the forehand. That one deflected high off the glass as Dahl comes away with it. Blocker pad save made by Erickson. Clark comes away with it. They look out front, and it looks like the net was destroyed by some players that were there going heavily.
Well, they're just trying. It looks like Edina's trying to work the posts a little bit, work the wraparound, work that type of the play. They've scored a couple goals from in tight, and maybe they feel that they found a little bit of a weakness of some sort.
There's a blocker pad save. The Hornets have had themselves a heck of a start of this period. We're almost midway through now with 8:54 to go. They pick up a goal to gather. Oh, wow, they got away with one there.
Well, you know what? Again, I think a lot under his own power.
It was Sampere who went into the wall. Begley now. Nice job to slam on the brakes away from Fetchko. Up to the right wing. Across the line, Gruba. His shot's deflected. Now to the wing it goes for Miller. He has his team's lone goal here tonight. Hard work on that puck for Mann. He's being watched down low by Halverson. Now it's going to be Seidel with it as he's wrapped up on the boards. Now Molman Miller comes away with it, loses an edge. Molman comes away with it.
Good defensive coverage there by Edina. I mean, they just kept wrapping them up, kept keeping them on the wall until they turned the puck over.
And everybody had a guy.
Yep. Everyone took a guy. Everyone did their job. No one got beat one-on-one. No one got beat off the wall either.
Drop pass for Miller. Back in behind for Gruba. Watched by Whitliff as they come together from the corner. Gruba looks to protect the puck. And now it's going to be picked up by Nevers. Bumps the boards. Cut off by Madigan. Now Bonin. He's going to be checked on the play by Dexheimer. Whitleff is there in front. Pad save. Nice save there.
And again, quiet. Nice quiet save. He's been doing that all night.
Yeah, I know he's got every part of the net covered, too. From the pad all the way up to his shoulder on the post. There's no squeaky areas or leaky areas that could become a problem.
And he's one of these tall, lanky goaltenders that we've talked about before. It's not easy for those guys to fold themselves up into an accordion, to cover the lower part. But he does done a very good job of kind of folding himself up, and that one looks like it caught the crossbar.
Little dinner bell time.
Ooh.
Oh, tripping penalty coming up on the Hornets. Back up to the line it goes. Knocked in by Hensler. Now Erickson's on the bench. Oh, look out!
No!
We nearly saw that again. Ooh, my word. There's nothing worse than that, is there? And we'd have to review the tape if there's going to be credit.
Yeah, that was almost an own goal there, but
they had the 6-on-5 with possession and a whistle with an offside to put A.J. Dahl in the box.
Well, here's where that 2-goal cushion makes a big difference, but 6:39, so the clock is becoming Hill Murray's enemy, and they need to make this one count here. They're going to have a chance, I think.
Back in behind the net it goes. One-timer, that one misses the mark. They had a man open and Hardy in the low slot. Now it's going to be Godbout with it. Really key part of this hockey game. If you're the Pioneers, you want to cut it to a one-goal deficit with plenty of time to go. Gruba, backdoor feed. Hardy fanned on that one. Begley now. We thought he was going to lose the handle, but got it back. Now Gruba. His shot off the end boards. They look out front. Pioneers will regather with Hardy. Godbout back up to Hardy. Down for Godbout. His pass rolled. And Nevers sends it back through center. Hornets go wholesale on the change, and all 5 Pioneers stay out. Cut off at center by Halverson. He and Clark will be up front for the Hornets. Gruba took that feed from Begley. As it'll be Gruba to wait for Begley back up ice. Oh, nice feed to the right wing side for Ingebrigtsen. He'll walk down behind the net. Ingebrigtsen watched by Dexheimer. They try to force that out front. And back through center it goes. Ingebrigtsen plays that one over for Gruba. 30 to go in the power play. And 5:05 to go in the third. Gruba, nice escape. Now it's Madigan to take that one from Begley as he gains the line. Down to Gruba. Gets engaged offensively with this team from the blue line. That's Begley's shot that's deflected. Knocked away. Madigan now with it. Nice job out of traffic. He'll walk and hold. Looks out front. Nice shot. Oh, that's a good look for the big man, Jack Senden, who was open in the slot.
I mean, he did the right thing. He got rid of it in a hurry, and he got rid of it with some speed and some heat, but it did not get past the big netminder. And that was just a beautiful setup. Positioning was Klarkowski's friend on that one, because that shot hit him before he even turned his head to see who was shooting it.
We call that, what, a positional save?
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I mean, that's why you are in position, because you can't physically have the reflexes to make every single save, especially in tight one-timers like that.
Worst to center plays this one in. That's off the glove of Hensler. And now Dahl with it. It's pushed off the glass. Sent right back in. Revnik plays to the corner. Worst accelerates up to the left wing side. Played in by Johnson behind the net. Erickson will set up for Ben Carr. Carr to the right wing side for Senden. Checked on the play. That's slapped right back in by Revnig. And it's Carr again as he has some pressure. Clock continues to wind now to 3:45. Up high it goes. That's Hurley who's hit. And through the neutral zone they go, and a penalty coming up.
Well, there was a big roar down in the Edina section there, and it might have been an over-exuberant hit.
Yeah, Kurt Giles wasn't pleased.
Cross-check is the call. And, yeah, he's not pleased because he doesn't want his guys running around their own zone for the next 3.5 minutes.
Fair enough. Clark goes for the cross-check. Back up to the line. Snapper. That's deflected off the netting. That was a penalty late in the game yesterday that put the Pioneers on the power play in a one-goal game where they tied the game.
Well, that third goal was absolutely enormous. In a game with the complexion that it had, that was an enormous goal. Gives Edina a little bit of breathing room, and it gives them a little bit of mistake room. You know, you make a mistake or you take a penalty, it gives you a little bit of a cushion there.
Edina PK has been pretty solid, and when they need the goaltender to be there for it, he's been good too.
Yeah, he's been really good, yeah.
Now we have a minute and a half to go on the power play, 2:55. Cross the line, Ingebrigtsen pushed off the puck by Wurst. That's under the glove of Gruba. It'll rattle its way in on goal as it's knocked away there by Eriksson. Begley puts on the brakes. Outlets to the left wing. Closing out games can be sometimes the toughest thing in sport you do, as the Hornets look to do just that. Hardy up to the line for Gruba, back down for Hardy. Godbout had to deal with Wurst, big strong defenseman for the Edina Hornets. Oh, what a play at the line by Begley. Stole that one away from the air. Begley, bothered by Fetchko, though he stayed with him. Now it's Godbout with 40 to go on the power play. And to center it goes, and 2 minutes now to go here in the third period. Now it's Gruba. Oh, offside at the line. Couple times they've just trickled in on that feed to the line.
Patience, not easy at this time of the game.
Exactly. Pioneers are going to chat. They'll probably get their ones rested so they can push them back out here.
Well, as expected, an entertaining game, a very high-paced game. Both teams defended well. Both teams had great opportunities, and we've had good goaltending. It has not disappointed once again.
It's coming down to another one of our games to the wire.
We like that.
We've been really fortunate.
We've been getting some great matchups, some great hockey. Makes you appreciate how good these kids are.
I did a podcast with Sean Goldsworthy from Minnetonka, Goldie's podcast. I'll be posting that tomorrow. And, you know, one of the things he talked about, he goes, what's been so different this year is you cannot look at the scoreboard and say, well, they beat them, but then that team beat us, and, you know, back and forth. He said it's just so unpredictable. I go, given days, health, matchups.
Every game has its own complexion.
Yeah, and it's more so this year than any other year that I can recall in my time of doing this. There goes Eriksson. Now we have a 6-on-4. Back up to the line it goes for Hardy. Gruba for Hardy. Hardy now, redirect in front. Nice save by Klarkowski. He gets that thing frozen. Face-off in possession. They put A.J. Dahl out. I'm sure they want him to take the straw.
Well, Ingebrigtsen is parked, not a big guy, but he's parked in front of a goaltender, Klarkowski, and they've been battling a little bit, but Klarkowski was able to hang on to that one.
Ingebrigtsen the draw. Hardy up to the line. Gruba over for Begley. Oh, there was Godbout with a big redirect.
Well, the best thing that Klarkowski can do is just freeze those, and he has. A couple of shots that came in, he didn't juggle them, he just took him into the chest.
Hard ring kept by Gruba. They're full strength. Here comes Clark. You better hurry. Gruba goes rink wide to Begley. Oh, that one just missed the mark. Gruba lost an edge. Back up into the neutral zone it goes. 1:15 to go now. It's 6-on-5. Gruba lays that one back for the oncoming Hardy. Loads a shot. That's blocked by Revnig. He felt that one. Madigan and Clark. Clark tries to muscle it up the wall. That's off Fetchko as it rattles along the line. Delayed offside. With under a minute now, the Pioneers will touch and regroup. Revnig's going to try. Oh, play to the high stick. Goaltender will have to hop back out.
I think he saved the goal there because that looked like it was headed right down to the middle of the rink. A high stick there was able to.
That's like a 65-foot putt like that. To drill that would have been impressive. Up in the air. Fetchko is going to rag it back up into the neutral zone. and be content to throw it back in.
A smart play because he drags all the Hill Murray guys out of the zone with him, and he tosses it back in, and guess they have to go back and regroup again. It's a nice little play.
And leaves the goaltender in. He's not getting off the ice until now.
It's interesting to recognize the thought process of some of these kids because it's not just your drones, get the puck, dump it in, this and that, go hit. I mean, it's like they actually have some IQ, some hockey sense, some hockey IQ, and it's great to see that. I love that when they make plays that you think, oh, well, that's why he did that, and it's pretty heady to do that.
Yeah. Madigan, stopped by Worst, stays wide, 13 to go. 6th attacker is back out for the Pioneers. Hardy for Begley, now Gruba, watched by Clark. 5 to go in the period, back through center, that missed the mark. And there's 1.6 to go. The Hornets are now high-fiving each other on the bench.
No, they can. I don't think it's physically possible to make a difference here.
To snap a losing streak's one thing.
Yeah.
To beat the Pioneers, after it's been well discussed about how they've been kind of owning this home-and-home series over the years, I think for Edina, that's got to make them feel really good moving into the stretched run here.
Well, like I mentioned,
4 games to go.
Like I mentioned, it was going to be a big game for Edina to stop the streak, so that part of it, but also the mentality of beating a top-end team as well to do so. And that means you can elevate your game when you need to. And when you go to the postseason and you need to elevate your game, you know that you can. You need to convince yourself that you have that in your repertoire. And I think that they certainly have done that. So good job by Edina to answer back so nicely in this game.
And then we have a couple of things to take care of here on Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. The first thing will be the player of the game. There's a lot of candidates.
I know. I'm going to let you make the call on this one, buddy. I'm going to call the snipe. I'm going to let you call this one. You
got the snipe. That's a good one. I'm going to go with I don't think anybody, if you want to go offensively, Flaherty, but I think a guy that had the presence for me for Edina, I'm going to say A.J. Dahl made a difference.
Yep.
He made a difference in all 3 zones, and that was that type of game. So he was reflective to me to what this game was about. So there's your Tradition Company player of the game. That would be A.J. Dahl from the Edina Hornets. Honorary mention to John Flaherty, who picked up some points as well for the Edina Hornets. I'm sorry, Ryan Flaherty, who picked up some points for the Edina Hornets too. And this goal was which goal again of the game?
It was the Edina's second goal of the game, and it was the goals they scored. The first goal was a nice redirect into the net, but the snipe to me was this quick little backhand feed that went underneath the arm of underneath the arm of the goaltender. Just a quick little feed that was the different replay, but Riley Spindler got in there with a quick little backhander underneath the arm, and it was a goal that ended up being the game-winning goal because it was the second one of the game. But still, just a very good, nice little touch, a backhand feed up underneath the arm of the goaltender. So those types of goals from in close like that on a goaltender that had been kind of punching everything that was coming at him, to get in that tight on that little goal and just kind of make a nifty little wrist backhander, that's the kind of goal that sometimes has to make the difference. So that's why I'm giving him the snipe.
Sniper's edge hockey.
Snipe doesn't always have to be
a
like
snipe.
A snipe. It can be just a well-placed shot too. So
that's
why
one of the things you bring up, though. Shooting and putting pucks in net aren't blasting it all the time.
Yep.
It's touch,
placement,
it's backhand. Finding openings, short side stuff, 5-hole stuff. There's a lot that goes into it, as we all know. So, well, my friend, we got 3 to go on the schedule. Good to see Jeff Carlson in the house here. We've got 3 to go. We'll be in Grand Rapids on Tuesday. We have one more flex game to add in. and then we're going to close out the season the final week of the year for regular season.
Edina Wayzata, is that right?
No, we're doing. Are we doing Edina Wayzata?
I think so. I'll have to look again.
It is Edina Wayzata.
Yeah.
That's right. It is Edina Wayzata.
So just a couple of very low level teams.
Well, and the thing
it'll be entertaining.
The thing about it is that's really intriguing is those games with sectional foes have meaning.
Yep.
And people say, yeah, you got to beat everybody. I get that, and you don't want to be like talking yourself into wins and losses with who you end up playing. But if you have two very difficult games to get to the state tournament, it's a lot tougher. If you're a 1 seed, you might only have one really difficult game. Why not play for one?
Yep.
So there you go. Well, thank you to Tom Ritchie and the entire crew. Alex, of course, running the show here, directing. Great mid-game after the first period adjustments. We went down to the locker room, took care of things, looked great. And we're very excited about bringing this one home to all of you. That's going to do it for tonight's Tradition Company's Hockey Night in Minnesota. The final score, the Edina Hornets 3, the Hill Murray Pioneers 1. For Mike Greenlay, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.